That's
Okay.
right. That's all. Okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Sis-Star Love Connection channel. I'm Madalyn, Rajenaira-Madalyn Kennedy, and again, we have my beautiful sister, Lisa DeLong.
Hello,
And
everybody. Good morning.
good morning. Hello, everyone. And we're just going to play it off the cuff and by ear and what has shown up. And we try to have a plan, but it usually does its own unveiling, unfolding.
Oh, flow.
Yeah. So how are you, Lisa?
Doing well. It's been a very interesting week.
What's been going on with you for your week?
Well, for my personal self, I'm been very lethargic, and I always have a lot to do. So I've been sitting watching veterinarian TV programs and processing that, holding space for all the animals in the world, and then just working on staying grounded in. So,
yeah.
And then been talking with my son. My grandson just turned a year old. He's a year and a month old. And they called me, which would be at 11:15 their time the other night. It's 9:15 my time. And I've been waiting for this call, so to speak, because my grandson is a very bright and shiny light. And on his year birthday, they decided to make him spend the nights in his own bedroom. So, and that hasn't been going well. So, and then it was very interesting that during the middle of the night or at odd times during the day, his toys would go off. The ones that have little voices or music or sound effects would go off. So we had to look at who was creating that. So, yeah. So
interesting. That happens a lot in households with new babies, and the parents really don't know what's going on. It's all kind of different stuff happening.
That's right.
That's pretty interesting.
So, but the biggest thing that I wanted to share was that he was waking up in his bed alone. He didn't go to sleep alone. He went to sleep on his mom in the rocking chair, and then she put him in his bed. But he was waking up and just terrified and not consolable until he was held and rocked, and it was very difficult for him. So they called to see what we could do and find out who was visiting, setting the toys off. So it was very interesting to discover that they have a ley line that goes through their whole area where their house is. And I told her, I says, well, you got a ley line and it goes through the front of the house, but it's not at the back of the house where the parent bedroom is and the little playrooms, etc., and the little alcoves that are off on that Daniel was spending a lot of time in and that his toys are in. So now they're put him in a room where the electromagnetic field of this ley line is interfering with him sleeping well. And then again, since it's very mystical and magical energy, I have a feeling that there was a lot of stuff that was being revealed to him that he's not ready for as an infant. So, so we worked on moving the ley line by using copper pennies and placing them on the wall. So we're moving the ley line out to the street. We're asking it to bend. We're asking it to stop harming the human beings that are in the household so that they can all be rested in that. And it's cooperating very nicely. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Just like, when we ask the energy to move cars so that we can park our car in a small space.
I remember that vividly.
Yeah, exactly. Same kind of thing. So telling it the ley line energy, what it's doing, and then asking it to just move itself completely out of the house. So they were helping me with that. And then interestingly enough, a lady came in energy form that was turning the toys on. and trying to get
Oh.
attention. Yes.
Oh.
So I was able to talk with this spirit
Mhm.
and find out that it was a coach that Amanda had that she called Granny.
Oh.
And so Granny's anniversary was coming up of her crossing the Rainbow Bridge, and she was just wanting it to be known
That
that
she's a
she was a guardian angel for Daniel and still a guardian angel for Amanda. So
nice.
very interesting.
Super nice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think when we get all of our stuff lined out, everybody, in our teaching, on our teachable platform, we will go into more detail and include a lot more information about ley lines and the lady in the spirit form and different things like that.
We sure will.
So, yeah, because I know there's a lot more questions like, how do we do that? How is that happening? So we'll answer those in depth when we go into a longer training period. How's that, Lisa?
That sounds good. And everybody can do their own research and find out where ley lines are in according to where they are living and how it might be influencing them. And again, that discovery, being powerful and protected, you can go into those ley lines and have your adventures if you choose.
So there's all kind of things that affect us being in human form that sometimes we are not even aware of, like the ley lines, like the electromagnetic frequencies from the phones and the computers and stuff like that. So I know I have a little thing on my computer that helps deflect the electromagnetic frequency from bombarding me. But we have other ways that we have talked about and taught for some time about how to shield and protect yourself so that these things don't necessarily disturb you so drastically. Lethargic that we've been experiencing lately is part of just our energy shifts that's going on within our body and us moving from one dimensional way and energy of understanding things to a higher, different frequency dimension of being.
Right, the crystalline being.
Yes. So what do you want to share on that, Lisa? I think there's more going on about that.
There is. Our our physical makeup is changing, and we're turning into a more crystalline human being, which is able to create and utilize our new frequency to step out of the third dimension through the fourth and into the fifth. And if you can go through this change with gratitude and love, then you'll get to the fifth dimension very quickly. Or we can fight it, and you will be in the fourth dimension quite a bit, looking at your stuff, processing your stuff. And our body is actually shifting from that crystalline into that crystalline being. You'll notice that your food choices are changing, your beverage choices are changing, you're looking for more pure energy to be consuming instead of the manufactured energy.
Your sleep habits are also changing.
Very much so, yes. So, and again, there's just such a wealth of information on the internet about a crystalline being. I couldn't tap into it right now. We can tap into it in another class, but look at it yourself. You'll be amazed at how it's explaining how you're feeling, what you're going through, and the changes at a cellular structure. A cellular level is what we are going through right now. So sometimes we have to stop all motion in order to do that lethargy, that taking the naps, that watching dumb TV because we can't do anything else, or we're being mesmerized by it for the time being. So
yeah, we all carry a lot of that crystalline in our core, because that's how we arrived from spirit, from source. with our crystalline inner core intact. There are other energies that overlay that too, like you know, Earth. Some people are more Earth energy, some people are more galactic energy, some people are more different frequencies, but underneath and behind it all, you are a crystalline being of light.
Yes.
So that's pretty awesome.
It is, yes.
So I had some things I wanted to share if we're ready for this, because I woke up the other day with words in my head and I posted it out on Facebook. And it simply said, we, us, humans, each one of us, we are holding the template for and creating peace. So if you realize that you are it, you are peace encapsulated in a human covering with all of these things that are going on. If you reach back and step back and drop back into your heart center, your trueness of you, the peace, your peace template will be activated and reach out to those around you without you doing anything.
Right.
Because you are, that's what you are. And the other thing that showed up the next morning when I woke up, was quite funny. I just heard, that's what we do. Defend and help get things right. So I thought, well, that's interesting. That's what we do. Defend and help get things right. That's what we do as light workers, as way showers, as the ones that are being pioneering here to help the others on this planet that are in confusion and have felt like they've kind of lost their way. Now, defend doesn't mean to go into that battle mode.
Right.
Defend means just to hold the space, hold the energy of power and of peace. So I think it's interesting. I drew a card today because Isis has been forward. Do you think it's time for me to share my card?
Why, sure.
So the card is, I don't know if you can see this, healing the divine masculine. Maybe getting too much light on it. Healing the divine masculine. And it says Osiris rises, which I think is quite interesting with the word defend. So what this says here, let me get my glasses on. Hold on, everybody. The divine masculine within men and women is the energy that allows for protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even through the most uncomfortable circumstances of life. When the masculine within us is healthy and strong, we have an inner strength to hold ourselves safe through anything. Did you get that? Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in his ability to offer you inner protection and stability so that your inner feminine can blossom with creative expression. So I think that's pretty spot on with what's happening outside in that thing we call the reality of the world we're in right now. It's a lot of disturbances happening. And we just have to remember that we carry the template for peace, and that our inner masculine, that ego energy of getting out there and being aggressive, is in a healing crisis right now. And we're going to have to allow it to heal. And the best way to help yourself with that is to drop into forgiveness, gratitude, love,
Always.
and trust.
Mm-hmm.
Trust.
Yes.
You got anything to add, Lisa?
That was very, very enlightening. And again, so connected with the stones that have been showing up to do some work for us, which is very nice.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So we've
Let
already
me show you the hematite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so I have this piece of hematite.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Look at this gorgeous piece of hematite.
Mm-hmm. And there's a couple different grades of hematite. That one there is actually called spectacular hematite.
It
Yeah,
looks
absolutely
spectacular,
beautiful.
actually, and I have it on my ring too. This
Mm-hmm.
hematite ring.
Yes. Okay.
Maybe y'all can see it here. Nope, 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 nope.
Again, the spectacular hematite is just really super shiny over the other hematite, Lisa. You're looking for the other one. I was looking for Shungite, which showed up for me this week too. Okay. Here I'm back in my favoriteest book with Robert Simmons.
Yes.
Naisha. Okay, I love Naisha when she talks. So I'm going to read her version of this. Spectacular hematite. So again, with that, the key words on the hematite is grounding, manifestation, and making the spiritual physical. The element is earth, and the chakras are the root chakra. And for the hematite magnets, it's all of the chakras. So if you like the hematite magnets, you're taking care of all of them. Okay. So Naisha says a lot of great stuff here. I'm going to read what the spiritual implications are that she's trying to highlight. The spectacular hematite encouraged one to release judgment about whether one is spiritual or not spiritual. It assists one in finding a unique expression of the gifts one brings to the world and the unique vision each soul carries to this realm. It reminds us to pursue one's dreams and manifest one's most joyful visions. Emotionally, it can help one release judgment of self-recrimination about one's spiritual growth and self-worth. So again, if you're falling back into the masculine energy that you don't like, again, it asks you to forgive yourself and to hold gratitude that this is showing so that you can process that masculine energy and bring it up to its next level. Okay. So let's see here. There was something else I wanted to read about this too. Oh, hematite encompasses both male and female polarities, the yin and the yang, creating a balanced energy that contains the opposites within the whole. This is a powerful model for humanity at this time. How can we move away from polarization and towards unity? Hematite assists us in resonating with that reality and finding it within. Very cool.
So they're showing me, I'm getting flashes and words and images as you're speaking, and they're showing me, I don't know how to say it, that the masculine energy, that is the divine masculine energy, is a divine masculine energy showing power, protection, and love. The human ego side of masculine energy feels like it has to take control, take over, and make things go the way they feel like it's supposed to go regardless, in a very aggressive way. If you are in the frequency or understanding or feeling that, so what, that your masculine energy is in healing, but I like being the way I am. I like being aggressive. I like being forceful. I like feeling like I have control. It's like, honestly, do you really like that? check into your heart center, check into your upper chest. How does that make you feel, even when those words were spoken to you about being hard-nosed, aggressive, forceful, and in control? Doesn't that make you feel like you are having a vice across your chest because you want to step forward in aggression? But if you let go of that and know you're still safe, you still have a way of controlling things in a positive, beautiful, caring way. You're not losing anything. You're not giving up anything. You are gaining so much more by going ahead and letting the divine masculine part of you heal and step forward and lead the path for you to walk in. You'll see a massive difference in your community, in your environment, in your world immediately. So we just wanted to touch base with both sides of the spectrum of the masculine energy, the egoic human masculine and the divine feminine masculine, and how you can let that bridge and blend and still be you, where you don't lose any of you. You gain so much of you that you didn't even know you had. Thank you, dear ones.
Very good.
That was from Maitreya.
Very nice.
I think he made it pretty clear. Did he? I don't exactly remember what was said.
Yes, he made it very clear. So thank you, Maitreya, for coming through. Yes, there you go.
Yeah, man, it's hot in here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
You're always after he visits.
Yes. So it seems like it's the masculine part that is taken over right now. So it's to let the correct masculine part lead.
Exactly.
And by correct means the masculine piece that will help and assist in this change, instead of agitated and aggravated and hold it like a noose around the neck of going back, pulling it backwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
There you go. Boy, my chest is like boing, boing, boing. Can you feel the energy change coming and going?
Yes.
It's like, okay, it's still hot in here. Okay. Lisa, you can take over now, I think.
Okay, you need a moment to recover?
Seems like it. My
Okay.
chest is really hurting, so
All right.
it seems like the masculine that has been surfacing up until this point is really hurting not only their own chest, but they're hurting a lot of others too. And it's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing.
It is, you know, and there's things that are happening that really hurt our hearts, you know. When my sister was telling me about Lincoln's monument, my heart just hurt so bad that people had gone in there with this other energy and vandalized this monument. And again, I know they're doing it so the rest of us pay attention and the rest of us make a shift without having to go into and be that energy that created the vandalism. So I hold the gratitude for it, and I'm trying not to hold the shame for what humanity is doing, this response that they have. I want to shame them. I want to tell them, shame on you. You know better. You know this is different. And then I know
instead of
that,
saying thank you for
yeah.
helping me move past that energy of I could be like this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting. And
yeah.
as an empath, when we hear about these things, it does affect us. But we have to recognize that it's affecting us. And because we're powerful beings and we carry the template of peace, and we are aware of that now, we can allow ourselves to shift in our thoughts of how we feel like we need to address it.
Right, exactly. So, and then I just want to thank everybody for being courageous, for holding this love energy, and to continually send it out there to the others, because if we don't, we're going to get back what we send out. I can transmute anything that comes back to me into pure love and hold gratitude for it. But a lot of other people can't. And that's what I want to just keep sending out and ask you, to keep sending out the gratitude and the love that this is all being revealed and shifting for us right now.
Right.
So that we do, with the quantum entanglement, we do change the others because we're holding the space of love for them. And we're defending it. We're not going to let them take us back into the other energies that we've already been through.
No, the whole thing is just a show right now anyway. So, are you going to play the game with them, or are you going to know that you've already won the game and are going to just evolve past it?
That's right.
Wow.
Very much so.
I don't feel like I have much else to share, Lisa. Oh my gosh. Well,
my Shungite says it can share it can share it at any time.
Okay.
Again, we came across the Shungite down in some little rock stores down in Colorado Springs, the Manitou Springs. And then it was up here in the Metaphysical Fair. Yeah. So again, you can get it tumbled like this. You can get it in a rough. I like the tumble myself. I've worked with it numbers of times in my workshops, helping people learn how to protect themselves with it. So again, it's not your most fabulous looking stone, and it's really lightweight compared to the size of it, which is interesting. But again, it does a lot of nice work for you. And the complementary energy.
Looks like a little charcoal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So, and when you have it work with your fluorite and your black tourmaline, and if anybody has some organite, that's where you get the little pyramids that have a whole bunch of different crystals in it. Some of us have them, some of us don't. I keep saying, do I have one? Do I have one?
I have several.
Yes, and again, those really help.
You have this.
Yeah, put them by your computers. Yeah, put them by your computers so that they'll help you with this electromagnetic energy that
I put my oud by my computer, Lisa, my little vial of oud, and I keep it right here with me all the time.
There you go. And again, the protection essence that you provide everybody has the oud in it. So if you can't handle the potency of the oud, then you can get it in the protection, which is very good. Again, it helps all your loved ones. I'm going to send some out to my loved ones that are dealing with these EMF and the energies that are trying to reach out and be known, so that that they are protected and they can actually invite the energies in instead of the energies just showing up and making themselves known.
Right.
So I want to read a little bit out of one of my other favorite books, The Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall.
Nice book.
Yeah, again, this one's more of a, what's a good word for it? Brief dictionary kind of version. Okay. So it comes out of Russia, which I thought was very interesting. Not that it showed up here anywhere in the United States to be mined. So it is connected with the Earth Star chakra, the base chakra, and the solar plexus. It's associated with the number 4 and the zodiac sign Scorpio and the planet Pluto. So very, very connected to me with what because I am a Scorpio.
Yes.
Okay, so. Okay, it says it's over 2 billion years old and is profoundly protective. Shungite is a phenomenal shielding and purifying power that arises from its unique formation. A rare carbon material, it's composed of fullerness. It protects against radiation, electromagnetic and geopathic stress, microwave and other vibrational emissions, and the diseases that these things can create. Immersed in water for several hours, it transforms the water into a biologically active, life-enhancing substance, removing harmful microorganisms and pollutants. Research shows that Shungite absorbs pesticides, free radicals, viruses, and bacteria. Reputed to be a cure-all, it has long been used in the healing spas in Russia. Boosting physical well-being, it has a powerful effect on the immune system. Really cool. So here we go. Viral protection.
Amazing. And just in time, too.
Exactly. Shungite grounds spiritual energies into the body and anchors the body into the earth. It has a powerful link to ancient energies from the earth. It is helping restore ley lines and the earth meridians. It's highly supportive during metaphysical work of all kinds and sent to enhance prophecy. So
nice. I'm going to get my Shungite back out and put it in my big glass thing of water. I used to do it all the time, and then I got away from it. So now I'm going back to it.
The picture.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, smooth or rough. And again, there's different inclusions in it, different composite energies in there that help us with this. So again, another really nice stone to help us out with what we're doing right now. Right now is just wonderful. And then again, if you can
keep you balanced, helps to keep you balanced and in line with who you are.
Right. Exactly. So, and then again, you know, you can get that fluoride activated. You can get your tourmaline activated again. Lipidolite is another one that'll help you really ground back into earth as you work on the transmutation of the masculine energy within you. Okay, because we all have the lower masculine energy in us, and we're given the opportunity to transmute that and bring it into the age of Aquarius and into the divine energy that it is so choosing to be. So if you take a look at what's inside of us and we're bringing it back to the wholeness, we're actually helping it, all the fragments of this masculine energy, come back to the wholeness and back to the love energy that it is, the divine masculine love energy that was created in the beginning.
And they're showing me that for us empaths, hematite, these hematite rings, they are made to help shield you from being attacked with any energy that is not helpful for you. And you'll know your hematite has done its job because it will crack, it will break and fall off of you. They're not very expensive. Most of the rock and gem shops have them. And I have a whole little package of them because I give them to my kids, to my grandkids. I have in the past. And when they break off, you just put another one on and you say, thank you. Thank you for taking that hit for me so I didn't have to. I'm so grateful for that.
Exactly.
Okay. So now you've got some tools, you've got some more ways, you know what's going on.
Right.
If you have any questions or comments, just you know, put them below on the YouTube channel or when I put this out on Facebook. We loved hearing from y'all. We like getting feedback. We're getting a lot of good feedback. So continue with that, which is awesome. Anything else you want to share, Lisa?
I was just in the Encyclopedia of Stones again, and it just again just reiterates exactly what you just said about the hematite. You know.
Okay.
Getting it to serve you. That's what it wants to do. It wants to serve.
Yep. That's what all beautiful stones want to do. They want to show up for us.
That's right.
And it reminds me of, again, the message I got yesterday morning. That's what we do. Defend and help to get things right. So that could be spoken from the stones. It could be spoken from our inner divine selves. It's spoken as us light workers, spoken as your guides showing up. So it's kind of like, just remember, that's what we do.
That's right, yes. That also asks that when you have a piece take a hit for you and there is damage, it asks that you plant it in a plant in your house, plant it outside. Don't just discard it. It is still useful energy.
Okay, good to know.
That makes sense? Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. So when your stones do take the hit, remember I showed you my beautiful Super 7 teardrop, you know, flame.
Yes.
It took a hit from me.
Yes,
and I still keep it because to me it did that lovingly. Okay, so I have to hold it together with a rubber band. So it doesn't matter, you know.
And I have to say the same with my jade bracelet. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. My jade bracelet here.
Yes.
Oh, how can I get it for you to see? It took a hit from me some time ago. And see that patch there that's gold? This huge crack was in there. And my lady that has done my nails for a long time, she just put her gold colored nail acrylic on here. And when it starts to wear off, we repatch it. But it's just like, okay, yes, it took a major hit.
Right.
Because I think I've been wearing this for about 10 years. Wow. Okay. Anything else?
Nope. So do some research. You'll see some of our subjects that we've covered here in future topics and classworks that we're going to be doing.
So, and be looking for that. We don't have it going yet, but we're getting ready to start pulling that together.
Yes, we are. So.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much, Lisa.
Love on your fur babies.
And love on all of your family. Even though you can't hug them, you can send them virtual hugs unless you're past the